Hello there, welcome back to the Golden Horde, and well, the Great Khan. Last time we had a war against Muscovy where we took Moscow here, or Moskva. The rebels there are already back to try and take it. But that's not the interesting part. What we are going to do during this episode is most likely continue conquests in China, rather than back at home. And the goal here will be to vassalize Xi here, and then of course annex Tibet as soon as we can. And basically, again, just continuing the conquest of the Chinese area. Now, I'm a little bit unsure what else we'll do. We might actually consider taking parts of India and other ways here. How far we go, or how far we come. But the goal here is basically now also we are at war with Scandinavia due to the alliance we have with the Ottomans. And Scandinavia, it would have been hilarious if fun to beat them, but due to the fact that we cannot actually get anything from battles, it's basically useless for us, so to speak, to actually fight this war. We should probably just do is hang back. We do have this province here now found, which I believe is enough to start public claims. And also, unfortunately, most of the provinces have been changed from Orthodox to Catholic or Protestant, and thus Novgorod will most likely not take them due to, well, first and foremost, they are not the right culture. Second of all, they are not the right religion. So, after basically eaten most of the Muscovy provinces, I'll probably just leave Novgorod to its own devices, so to speak. But we will be fighting any enemies that come our way. We'll be trying to keep everyone in check, more or less. The Ottomans do actually, I think, like me enough now, so I can actually peace out of this war without any real concern. I really should take an idea that would allow me for more diplomatic relations. I could take some more vassals if I wanted to expand more. Unfortunately, I haven't done that. The goal of this game, of course, is just to get the Great Khan, and also going for the achievement that relies on you being able to westernize. So that's what we're going for. Now, as I said, we have a truce here with Xi that runs out in September, so we're pretty close to having that run out. They do not have a ally, so it should basically just be a sweep here. More or less, I can't. Didn't run out. 29, sorry, I thought it was 22nd. But anyways, now it's run out, so now we can declare war on Xi here on our own. And the goal here will be, as said before, a straight up vassalization of the land. And as you might imagine, it will not be a war, it'll just be a slaughter. And I'll probably peace out with Scandinavia once we actually get to that step, or basically once we vassalize them, if the war isn't over and so on. So I'll just go ahead and fight the war, and we'll see what we end up with. I think we're just going to peace out with the Ottomans. There's a pretty big Scandinavian/English army here. It's probably for the best, just as I said, peace out, because I'm still losing quite a bit of manpower. I do regain 2,200 men a month though, so it's not like it's a problem per se, but it's not. It's also, I don't really want to continue. There's no point in me continuing because I don't get any particularly extra benefits or anything like that. So if I can peace out with Scandinavia, I think I'll do that just because it's simpler. I can then start potentially fabricating claims on Scandinavia. The Ottomans will not like this, of course, separate peace, but we do still have pretty good relations with them. We also still have the same rulers. So potentially here I could get. I'm still going to aim at getting the Ottomans in a union, most likely down the line. But with this, I think I now can actually do a covert fabricated claim on Narva. And with that, I do have my casus belli now to start getting the provinces that are basically Russia in Finland, or Russian region in Finland. The war is going nicely. As you can see, we're just sieging everything. They ran off to Ming, which is actually pretty alright by my estimates, because, well, that's good. That means that we have no one is left in coalition against us. Every single one of them has left, which is, again, pretty beneficial for us. But can never have too much money. No, you can't. Anyways, I think we can actually call this guy back now. I'll send a gift after well, making peace here, and then we'll annex. then we'll go after Ming and everyone else as soon as the annexation is complete, I think. Golden Horde vassal will require 85%. As I said, we'll send a gift here just to be safe. I have 7,000, so it doesn't matter if I just send them a small gift. And I'll just keep these guys here. I'm still regaining manpower even with the few losses that these guys provide. It's perfectly fine. So once this is over, we'll vassalize Xi, and we'll probably start going after Ming and Showa again. We'll see how it goes. There we go, the siege of Changsha is over, and with that we can now go for that forced vassalization, which will most likely potentially bring Showa and Ming into a, well, coalition, unified coalition actually against me, but it is really doubtful. I don't expect that to happen at all. We'll also start the annexation here. Will take 8 months, and with the current truce here, we still have 1 year before we can declare next war on Ming. We have the second army here getting, well, arriving at the scene, and as such, we're looking pretty damn good, I'd say. Worrisome, Ming joined the coalition. Not really that surprising if you take into account what I just did. And of course, while I still remember it, we will get Muscovy off our hands and hand it over to. Sorry, wrong province. And hand it over to the Novgorodians here. And I am going to be declaring war on most likely. I'm most likely going to be declaring war on Muscovy again pretty soon. We're probably just going to have. I'll probably make 1 or 2 more extra armies. And we're going to be prepared to just go for a really quick slaughter and siege of Muscovy. And we'll probably take, well, as 4 provinces probably in the west. And I'll probably take these here just to basically cut them a little bit down to size. Especially with the production here, there's a gold mine, there's 2 gold mines here. So I definitely need to do that just to slow down their expansion a little bit. And I might actually force them to release Siberia as a step of slowing them down, but I'll probably just publicly claims on these 3 and take them for myself. So we'll see what we'll do. For now, we'll wait for another war against Ming. There we go. Tibet has been integrated, and integration is a slow process, but it does give us some pretty nifty, well, casus belli that we can use for future or in the future to, well, get ourselves some more land. Of course, this means that I now do have the Holy War casus belli on these guys. The truce is also still running for even longer than the Ming truce, but the Ming truce is up in how long? August. So I think we're just going to prepare for another war. We're going to be taking the southern parts to try and basically cut off Shou from Ming, so that they don't actually end up fighting each other for the time being. And hopefully here I can take, for instance, Jin and Shandong or Huai'an, so that I can actually publicly claim on Manchu, so I can take the 4 remaining Shan provinces here. So we'll see how that plan goes, but for the time being, we'll just go ahead, declare war. It should be a very simple war. Sorry, I'm stuck on my words here. The allies here, Ayutthaya, are not a threat, not at all. They could have been, but they're not. They are allied with Daviad, so I have no concerns on well that scale either. So I'll just go ahead here. We'll set up troops to siege everything more or less, at least in the south first, of course, to make sure that we don't lose anything to Shun. And with this, the war is already over, I think. Ayutthaya did join, and they basically have the rest of their forces. So all I'm going to do now is just set up a sieging squad for the rest of the provinces. I don't expect Ayutthaya to show up. If they do, we'll probably have to unify some of the armies, but all in all, I'd say this war is already over. The problem, of course, is the Ming province down here. That's a little bit awkward to deal with, but that's fine. We'll just wait, and I'll get back to you once we have a peace deal on the table, or later on, apparently. So The heir of Quebec dies tragically. We never expected that. So a noble from the same house will continue. So I can take 25 prestige, or I can knight 13 peasants. Let's face it, with the armies that I have now, peasants aren't really that much of a concern, and also neither are manpower. I'm gaining a ton of it, and I'm wasting a ton of it, more or less every war. So it's not something I need to concern myself with at this moment. But as I said, I'll get back to you once we have a peace deal on the table, more or less. Well, the Ottomans are actually gaining a habit here of getting themselves into trouble, and this is kind of a big trouble. The Ottomans is requesting I come to their aid against Austria. I'll accept, but I will probably not fight again. Probably just stick on the backbone here. We might do a little bit of attacks in Poland. But all in all, we'll probably, again, just hang back, allow the Ottomans to fight their own war, like always. And if we have to invest forces into the war, we'll do so. Novgorod will probably throw themselves into it anyway, so I wouldn't be too concerned. Also, first siege in China has been completed, so I'll just allow for time to pass, and I'll get back to you once we're done here. So we have lost one battle here. Poland and Brandenburg join up their armies, and well, taught minor lesson. But anyways, we're going to join up both of my armies, and then we're going to teach them a lesson as revenge. We're also going to complete the the humanist ideas here. We're going to take humanist tolerance of heathen +3, and with that we get an extra 2 idea cost -10%, which actually makes it I can actually take religious traditions as well. The big question is, do I want to complete the setup here and basically get everything done, or do I want to again save the admin points and focus on something else? I think we're going to take an upgrade to military attack. I should probably taken that a long time ago. And in this case we might actually take diplomacy as well. So military attack, Tenail, level 14. With that we get combat with increased by 2 and infantry fire by 0.5. Can also build a Tenail. We also get the flute, trade range +20, trade efficiency increased by 10%, satellite growth increased by 10 a year, I think. And I can now build flute and war galley, which we probably will not do. But anyways, I'll get my troops into position here against Poland, and hopefully that can turn this battle here into a victory, and thus more or less shape the war in our favor. And Muscovy has insulted us, which is a horrible thing to do from the Muscovites. And with twice as many forces, we're going to send these guys against the Polish siege here. And again, it doesn't matter how many people I sacrifice. I have enough manpower to, well, handle that. And if I complete this, I'll get the extra 25% national manpower modifier. So I think we will go for that. So I'll take the yearly prestige +1. And with the next idea then, the Inquisition will be able to get more useful stuff. But as you can see here, the Polish have more or less been routed, but I didn't think they had that much of an army here. Apparently they did. But I think we will have to put our army in a position here to just, well, rest more or less, get morale back. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We did beat the Polish though, and we'll actually go to some more positive war score to that. In China, things are going fairly well here. The war is more or less already over. And I'll just set up the deal here, and I'll get back to you. This is the deal. It's not going to be too good. It's just 4 provinces, 3 to Xi, 1 to, well, Shun, and this one for myself, like a fabric claim on Manchus. It's actually 5 provinces, which is fairly alright, all things considered. And well, it should help in the grand scheme of things. That is the deal we'll be making. Unfortunately, here we'll have to march to take out the Buddhist zealots. And basically here, the reason why I took this province, as you know, is very, very simple. We're going to use this for a covert action against, well, the Manchus, and I can actually start taking the Russian provinces. They don't have, they aren't missing too many right now. 5 from China or Ming, and 4 from Manchu, so we're slowly but surely finishing them, well, the Shun puzzle, if you will. Xi, on the other hand, still misses, well, 4 provinces. I think we'll be focusing now on getting Shun done, and we'll of course be attacking Shou with the presumption of taking provinces to sell to sea instead of vassalizing show itself. So that should be also a very viable option. So I think I'll just get everything prepared here, and then I'll get back to you once we're ready for war again. But this is the end of this episode. Feel free to comment the praise, criticism, anything you feel like, really advice. I think I've been taking my foot off the gas a little bit here, since basically this is more or less set in stone that I'm going to be able to complete this. We are basically, I think we're, if not in the lead, at least at the top of armies. Yeah, we're actually at the top of armies and rebels, which is a little bit interesting here. Apparently it's in the second place. I haven't actually noticed they had something like that before, but they do have one hell of a manpower pool. And France coming in at 84, Ottomans. So basically, as you can see, out of the top real three, me and the Ottomans are allied, and thus a considerable danger. Scandinavia with 37,000, no threat at all. England 29,000. If I attack Scandinavia, England will probably be the biggest concern. But I'm thinking that if we go to war with Scandinavia, I'll have to focus a large portion of my attention on that war, and I'll probably go over a couple of, if not 3 episodes or so, depending, of course, if I'm lucky or not. So we'll continue next time, but we do at least look good in China. We have really established ourselves here, and I think we'll be finishing China off in, well, next 50 or 60 years, depending on truce timers and things like that. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you around next time. Bye.